So before I move on to my latest highlights video, mind you, it's already been exactly 2 years since I started creating these highlights videos. I'm dating back to 2021, where I first did it in July. I thought I put together that only because July that year was one of my awesome months. I remember when I first did those highlights, I did a whole lot, and you know that was just, I think, the second month coming back to the normal life from what has been a real disaster of the shutdown. And I remember doing Vegas with a bunch of my friends for one of my friends' bachelor parties, and that it was his bachelor party before he got married in September. Obviously, it's gonna be 2 years this year on a Sunday. Also, I remember going to the circus and then going to Soak City. I've done a whole lot, especially the day before the 4th of July, where I did the race cars, and obviously went to El Dorado Nature Center. I did a whole lot that month. It was part of my really awesome, one of my 4 straight awesome months in 2021 that time. So I thought I was so inspired, mainly because of that Vegas trip, and I'm not having done it with friends with friends before. So now I've done it, and you know, since then I started doing it in August to give it another try, and then September as well. And you know, I thought I just had so much fun with it. I thought I'd like to continue on with that. Yeah, those highlight videos, like that year alone, they were pretty short, and they were short and simplistic with the layout and all that. But going into like 2022, I think after my last short one, which was in December, I started to, you know, kind of develop more ideas. Going into 2022, I think the one I did in January was one of my best ones I've ever done. And then since then, you know, in the months going forward, since then, I started to really become more detailed with these highlights. There's been more, the highlight videos that I've made they're usually short, but they're actually pretty long. But now, like going into 2022, they started getting longer, and yeah, just a lot more highlights. But now I do them in a particular method. So like for most of especially these recent ones, and these recent ones that I've done this year, I have like a frame with it. So I'm using that frame for putting in like representative icons, like I've done in June and May. I think I started doing that in April, where I added the border to it. So yeah, you can say now my highlights videos that I'm doing are pretty complex compared to how I started them off, like short and simple. Yeah, I've got some pretty good compliments, and obviously Mario is a top supporter for that. My friend Robbie, his birthday is coming up, by the way. Had a very nice compliment on September 1, and you know, I got some pretty good share compliments here and there, especially from them. But yeah, these I'm still gonna do these because I just thought that it's becoming a tradition for me, or a trademark, you could say, for doing these highlight videos like every end of the month, you know. So I may not get to all of them on time, because knowing that now, like, I have so many videos, and I remember last year I was like freaking behind on a whole bunch, and it's pretty much you know, same way as far. But I think for me as a thinker, and you know, a person that really enjoys or I should just say creativity savvy, you know, somebody who develops like a ton of ideas minute after minute, second after second, you know, it's just this is just how I do. You know, this is how I have fun with art, and especially when I do video edits, especially for highlight videos like this. Yeah, it's getting more complex, but who knows what more ideas I'll develop by then. Only time will tell. But I'm just gonna keep it natural here. I'm gonna continue to develop more of these, and they're just becoming more and more, increasingly more fun for me. And so I just thought I'd share that out there. You can see in the very beginning of this highlights of this recent, the latest July 2023 highlights videos, how I did my first ever highlights videos. So it went from really simplistic now to really more complex. So there's just more highlights, and I do have a certain method of how I make them now. And you know, it is a lot really, but at the same time, it's not too much of a hassle. I mean, as long as I have the right music choice and all that, you know, I'm still gonna continue to have more fun with these. So I think one time I'm gonna create a highlights compilation video, so you can see the evolution of how I make my highlight videos. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. One time, we'll see when. It doesn't have to be on the third year anniversary, but I will start creating those. Creating that maybe later this year, who knows what. So depending how much I'm able to catch up on my videos and all that. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys enjoy the highlights video here, and we'll see what more I can come up with, you know, in the future. Every time I do these highlight videos, I don't think I'll stop, but yeah, I just thought I would share this, and for the most part, just enjoy this, and just enjoy this one right now. All right, have a good August coming up. Hey everybody, we come to the end of this month in July. Yeah, I know, finally got to August. It seems kind of a long month for me here. It feels kind of slow. Well, you know, maybe it's just because Shannon Sharp's not Undisputed and they had to cancel that show for like God knows. And well, they were supposed to resume that at the end of August. So I'll be tuning in to see who's in. But I don't know if he's ever going to be the same as Shannon as far as the energy and personality go. But anyway, aside from that, it is the end of the month already. And I just thought that I like to say this month, although it's not nearly as great as, well, I won't say great, but no, to the extent that June was for me, it was still all right. You know, I did go to Wild Rivers, which was a really defining summer moment for me. So I just, it was pretty awesome, as you can see right here. Yeah, man, it's a lot smaller than the original one. I didn't know about this until I was told about it like earlier this year, I think. But yeah, I was told that they just reopened it last year. But hell, it's literally right next to the Great Park. But it's a lot smaller than excuse me. It's a lot smaller than the original one. I still like the original a lot better, but nevertheless, I still had fun. So that's all that counts. And you know, went with a few buddies, which was great. And then, not to mention my 4th of July, obviously a lot better than last year's. I mean, not to say I didn't like last year. Last year's was pretty nice. It was pretty good. The hike was good. The basketball shootout was terrible for me, honestly. Oh, even though it was in a really nice park that's close to one of the hikes that I did before. But this year, both of that, just definitely see the 10 times was a lot better than the other ones, than the other ones from last year. So just thought I'd get that out there. Has some similar feels from 2019. But hell, this hike right here is just like it's got a beach feel. Yeah, you see those beach views right there? That's right. Pretty sick, huh?
Yeah, it has to be.
And yeah, man, I know my basketball shoot around in the 4th of July is one of my big highlights. And speaking of basketball shoot arounds, I've done a whole lot of that this year, this month, and with like more different types of activities. I know they're getting a little increasingly harder, which I have not had a good record against. But you know, these last few I've done pretty well, especially on Sarah's birthday. So you can see Sarah's right here. Yeah, it's pretty nice artwork I did. Just straight out of I want to say carton. Yeah, something I hung on a tree. You see right there? Yeah, pretty nice, huh? Well, yeah. And it came down to today. We got another big surprising news. Much like on the last day of June, where we got a few big fire events, and today, unfortunately, Mark Jackson is another one. Another broadcaster from the trio who does the ABC and ESPN games, and for NBA games, and it's like, what's going on, dude? So all these big ass fire rings, and I'm just not liking what I'm seeing, which is one of the reasons why I just don't want to watch ESPN anymore, or even just watching NBA that much. I'm only gonna watch the NBA if it's the Lakers or Steph Curry, man. I still model after Steph. Every time he does so well, I come out with the basketball shooter and perform the way I perform, man. And shooting those threes and long threes and all that shit. Yeah, I'm still gonna continue to do that as long as he's still around. You know what I mean? Even after he retires, who knows what? It's just pretty big, man. And by the way, before I do conclude with this and let you see all the rest of the highlights, the highlights. I'm not gonna take too long here, but I do want to say condolences to the family of Paul Rubens, aka Pee Wee Herman, one of my favorite shows, Pee Wee's Playhouse. My God rest his soul. I'm sorry to see you go, man. I remember on this very day too. Just last year, Bill Russell, God rest his soul, 11-time champ. It's his 1 year death anniversary already. And a year from today, now it's Pee Wee. We're losing so many iconic figures since Kobe passed, man. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna pray, send those prayers out there, and I'm just sorry to see you go, man. You're a great one to see in Pee Wee's Playhouse, and it's just remembering those childhood days and all that. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna cut it right here because I don't want to talk too much like I did on my June one. I know my June was a lot better than this one, but I'm gonna get straight to the chase, and I'll let you see all these highlights and enjoy them. And I'll see you all for next month. Hopefully it'll be better than this month at least, and if I get a new job by then. So all right, see you.
Curry launches again, and again knocks it down.
Been there forever, man. It seems, and got another view of the beach. Dare I say that is Dana Point? Yeah, it has to be. Or it could be Salt Creek Beach. That's right here where I'm pointing at. It's yeah, where I'm pointing at right now. It looks familiar, and I think that rock further from that, it's Dana Point.